You got it, son?
What it is, bro? Oh, what's up? Can I get in them goods? Like it ain't been
time.
So, give me your number and I call and I follow that ass in the mall. I don't want to say it's. Yeah. Ooh yeah. Well, Bob did.
And that was the intro song. Okay.
DJ Dree.
Come on. CeeLo. Okay.
Come on,
DJ Dree and MC CeeLo. Okay. This is how we busting it down. I like that. DJ Dree and DJ. You be DJ, I be the MC, bitch. We gonna bust it down.
Bust it down, okay?
I like that.
Yes.
You know what? I like that because I've been trying to think about segments for our additional episodes. And I was like, I'm like, what should we call our segment? And what should we call my segment? I like DJ Dree. I like MC CeeLo. I like that.
I like that.
What you think.
I know. I'm picking up what you putting down, player. All right. I love how we just had a meeting on camera. Sorry. We cooking.
There's a meeting in my pot room.
All right now.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, y'all, welcome back to another episode of To Each His Own Podcast. One half. Controversial. CHRISSIE.
And I'm the other half, Anna, the authentic one.
And together we are. To Each His Own. I'm sorry, I was swallowing spit in the middle of me saying it, so that's why I had to pause when I was saying that.
That's okay.
So that's where we were. So what is going on? We are back on the couch for another week.
Yes.
April is Apriling.
Yes.
Spring is springing.
Yes, it is.
And the things are thinking. Okay. And just real quick, I know we got a little religious last week, but just that we going to begin this week the same way. Happy Resurrection Day and happy Easter to those of the folks who celebrate.
Yes.
Or my Christian brothers and sisters, my Christian brothers, Christian sisters. Okay, cheers. Communion. Take your whiskey, wine, whatever you want. Cheers with. God bless you all. What else is going on in the streets? We just wanted to give it out to God. Thank you. Everyone's.
Let's start with number 2.
Number 2?
Yes.
Okay. Well, take it away, friend.
Oh my goodness. So, all right. So a few weeks back, this woman made a post. The man that braided my hair. Oh, sorry. This woman made a post about how she was on a flight and she was sleeping. And she woke up because she heard someone's, you know how when somebody takes a picture on their phone, you can hear the click, 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 click. It's like a fake camera, like flashing or whatever. So that's what she woke up. That sound was subconsciously woke her up, but she didn't think nothing of it. She like, who the hell is taking pictures? But she didn't really think nothing of it. So she just kind of like was like, all right, chalked it, went back to sleep. Went through the whole flight, goes to get off the flight, go start unpacking her stuff. And you know how you getting yourself ready, changing your clothes. Child, why she had a whole braid in the back of her hair, like a whole braid. Apparently, the man who was sitting behind her decided to braid her hair while she was asleep. Then in addition to that, she had complaints about it because she said, 1, that was creepy as shit. Number 2, why the fuck would you braid my hair this tight? Like the braid was so tight, she had to use a red tail comb to get it out. She couldn't take it out with her hands, with her fingers or her nails. So it just was drawn. Like she literally has what I assume to be either a cap or a sew-in with a little bit of leave out, and he just randomly decided to just like.
And he took pictures of his work.
And he was like, imagine your braid just the back of your head just in somebody's group text. Like why is. How did I make it into the group chat? I'll be pissed the hell off. Like, what you trying to say? Why would you plait my hair? That's really weird when you think about it. That's creepy.
I whooped his fucking ass.
She gonna say, because I know exactly who you are, too. She's like, I know who you are. She was pissed, yo. It wasn't funny, but you know, she was like, I'm not lying, like I'm telling the truth, I'm not making this up. I know exactly who did it. She was and she, you know, telling about how she heard the camera sound. So that was crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
That's didn't crazy. Telling her because I need to know, like, how did this conclude?
She didn't discover the braid until she got all the way home when she got off the flight. But she didn't put two and two together that what he was doing was until she came.
I didn't realize she didn't notice until she got
how did a plait get into my head? A random braid. But that must have been what he was saying. It only makes sense. If you falling asleep on the flight and you hear camera noises but you don't see nobody taking pictures, you're not going to see somebody taking a picture of the back of your head from behind you, but you damn sure going to hear it on the plane because with you close in vicinity. So that makes sense. If you had your sound on, all I heard was cheesh, cheesh, cheesh. You know the little sound it made? And then you just wake up like, where? And you don't see nothing. You just go like, whatever. And then you get all the way home and it's just like, you go to, what the? And you know you didn't put a plate in your hair. I wouldn't have went
to sleep after that. I wouldn't have went back to sleep after that.
Yeah, you'd have had to, it would have made you stay up.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. I don't sleep on planes anyway, so I would probably wind up finding out. I can't sleep on flights. I can't.
I'm sorry, the airline would have been mad at me.
What?
Because I'd have been caught. I need to know who was in flight B62.
She gave some of the details.
Who was in seat B62? I need to know.
She told what seat she was in and everything. I think she was like row D22 or 32, something like that.
I need to know who
13
was in
or
D63.
Yeah, she told where she was at. That is insane though. Y'all have to, people have gotten besides themselves. Like, to y'all really be thinking it's okay to touch people and take pictures of people without their consent. Y'all have to stop doing stuff like that.
Yeah, because I'm like, that was weird. That was something weird. I was petty. I'd have took this all the way over the top. I'm so serious.
Because I don't know you.
And you didn't touch my motherfucking wig.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just something weird about that.
You know, I don't like people touching my hair anyway. So we would have. I'd have been carrying on.
And carrying on.
I done dropped my shit. Sorry, y'all. What's next?
So apparently, while I think staying dangerous,
not staying dangerous,
or aware. That's how I take it as. When I said stay dangerous, I mean stay aware of your surroundings.
I know that's why it was funny.
But in addition to that, the news around the city is that 5 Philadelphia area bridges are on the list of collapse risk. Yep, they're on the list of collapse risk. And
this all the main bridges that go to Jersey from Philly.
Absolutely. So what are we paying all these taxes for? But if you look to the last, what's it called? It's like, how the heck? Like, look at that structure. It's like, and apparently,
this is insane. So y'all don't know what bridges these are. Let's Walt Whitman.
What are we paying tolls for?
Ben Franklin, the Betsy Ross, the Delaware River Turnpike Bridge, and the Commodore Barry Bridge. If anybody is from Philadelphia and has traveled outside of Philadelphia driving, you have taken one, if not all, of these bridges before. If you have traveled to New Jersey, and Delaware, you have traveled on all of these bridges.
Yeah, at some point. Traveling in and out of Philadelphia and the surrounding areas. Yes, and states. And especially within the tri-state.
And all of them are at risk of collapsing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, so what are we paying all this money in taxes for? Like, what are we doing about it? Like, what's the plan?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because the tolls went up last time I checked. Most tolls have gone up significantly last time I checked. So, an Easy Pass making a killing off of folk. So yeah. I don't understand.
I just want to see, does this say anything about a plan, or is it just informing us about the risk?
No, they're basically, so apparently there's 30, I do remember, when I listened to it, there's 30 owners altogether across the country that own these bridges as a collective. So they need to get together, they need to consult and sit down and figure out what the plan is, because y'all are more than wealthy.
Yeah, because at this point, it's like, this is making me a little nervous. Meanwhile, every time I drive over a bridge, I always think about that. Like, yo, when is the last time y'all have assessed the sturdiness of this bridge? These bridges are old. Like, we all know that none of the bridges that are connected to Philadelphia are new. So there has been some time since they have been serviced. per se. So
significantly.
It's like,
and to be honest, I can't even blame people in the comments because everybody in the comments is pretty much saying they be doing the dash across them joints because they realize how rickety they are. And somebody was like,
I'm one of them.
One bridge in particular was like, yes, Tupac was 6 away.
Yeah,
it really is. Raggedy, it's super raggedy. It looked like it's
one of the quickest bridges to get over from Jersey to Philly, but it's raggedy.
It's raggedy.
Shit.
Yes, I agree. Yes, and some of them you can feel it. Like
Betsy Ross.
Yes, every ounce of movement.
Raggedy shit. I'm like, listen, if I fall into this bridge, I just be thinking about like, all right, bitch, if your car falls into the river underneath, how we gonna get out this bitch and swim out?
Yeah, so if you're not familiar, the bridges that made the list, the Walt Whitman Bridge, Ben Franklin Bridge, Betsy Ross Bridge, Delaware River Turnpike Bridge, and Commodore Barry Bridge. So all those bridges are on all 5 of those.
So just watch out, y'all.
Yes.
Be careful.
But it's all together is 68 bridges though.
That are at risk in Pennsylvania?
Just I think across the country, period. But within ours, they like 5 Philadelphia area bridges are just on the list. All
our bridges, yeah. Like, that's all of ours.
It's like, well, just bonk us.
So you just gonna trap us in the city?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much travel south if something happened. Anyway, because all them cars on them, it's still gonna be a wreck. So
I'm just gonna drive my ass to the airport. Get on the plane
straight from the rip, anywhere. But at that point, I might listen.
I'm serious.
It never rains in Southern California. I will take a little flight, okay? So, Boss of the Week. Let's jump right into it. Boss of the Week is Pretty Girl Protection 215. So, they can you can find their website at prettygirlsprotection.com. That's pretty girls with an S, protection.com. Their Instagram is Pretty Girls Protection 215. They sell all kinds of self-defense things. They recently, where were they recently? They were somewhere at the event. Oh, they were vending at the Ricky Codio Foundation Marketplace. So, they be outside. They got all kinds of things. They got your comb, your traditional combs that convert into something. They got your brass knuckles, your mace, all kinds. So, there's other methods of protecting yourself, but I highly recommend having something in this day and time because it's a lot happening. And I'd rather be protected than be a victim. That's just my mindset when it comes to it. So I don't know about you. So if you feel like you're comfortable with a taser, get a taser. If you're only comfortable with mace, get mace. If you're scared you're going to spray yourself, you might want to get you a knife. If you don't like poking motherfuckers up, get you a sock with some batteries, bitch. Get you something. I'm just saying. Protect yourself. You gotta do it David style and put a couple pebbles, smooth stones.
David style.
Listen, you might have to hit a little Goliath move.
That's a pebble in the rubber band.
Because I ain't gonna hold you. I just actually, I'm on Facebook the other night and somebody was talking about how, it's something to be noted though. It's important. Minding their business, coming out of somewhere, about to just casually walk into their car, literally. Yes. I'm trying to not let it, and casually walk into their car and somebody you know how you feel somebody walking up on you fast? It startled them. So he thought that the person was, because you never know, somebody might catch you slipping in these streets. He thought that they were trying to rob him, so he was turned around like, oh, you cool? Like that. You know how Philadelphians are.
Yeah.
Girl, why the person actually swung on him? He didn't say nothing. He just swung automatically. He was like, if it wasn't for the way, he said that nigga was really about to just hit me off of that one interaction. And he was like, if it wasn't for the way he reacted to it, he pretty much would have been hurt. And I'm just like, wow, this is crazy. Imagine that happening to you. That's actually crazy. You outside minding your business. You walk into the car. You feel like you did. Whoa. Because I didn't have people walk up on me like that. And I've had that reaction. So to think that your automatic response to me is to swing on me is out this world. Because how you didn't realize you was in my personal space is beyond me. If you go to swing on me and you ain't got to do much to do it, that should tell you that you're too close to me.
Right.
That's just how I looked at it. That's just how I looked at it. I'm like, whoa. Oh, okay. Cool. That's what we doing now?
Wow.
Yeah. So
I'm glad he was aware of the situation.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, just saying. Wasn't important, but that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. Again, black girl protection. Protect yourself. Shout out to the Black Girl Protection Boss of the week.
Yeah.
Stock up with black boys. Y'all can stock up too.
Yeah.
Okay?
Get you some.
Shout out to y'all. Alright, now it's time for the topics that we're going to go ahead and slide into.
Yes, we are. Electric slide.
Come on. You can see it. It's electric. Alright, Annie, you got them in the thread streets.
I do.
So take it away. Yep.
Dear black women, please don't make the same. Okay. Why am I starting to read it? So this one is called Medical Mayhem. So I'm just going to read the thread that she started. It popped up?
Yeah, I guess it popped up on the internet.
Oh, yeah, good.
Oh, that's something new. Okay.
Ironically, so the PTO Nomad posted some time ago, rather, too. But it's an interesting conversation. So, dear black women, please don't make the same mistake I made. I recently went in for a medical procedure. I was nervous, so I wore one of my comfort hoodies. My nurse, white woman in her early 30s, made a weird face at me after calling my name, but I shrugged it off. And she goes in to start talking about how she led her back to the prep area. She was instructed to change into a gown and leave her clothes. She returned to the room after taking her clothes. She inserted the IV, and she said it was the most painful and messy process that she's ever been through. She said she even left blood just sitting under the IV cover. But she laughed and left the room after she did it. She said her arm was throbbing so bad. She said the needle entry point was to the point it was burning. It felt like it was burning. So she was like, then it hit me. The hoodie that she had on said support black creatives on it, right? So she said it must have triggered her bias, and she internalized the racism, which in turn ensued in the horrible medical treatment. Her bedside manner was shitty. So as soon as she leaves, she requests a second option because she was like, I'm not leaving the choice of my life in her hands. So she like, nope. She needed a second opinion on her IV from the anesthesiologist. So she informed her that the IV was poorly prepped and there's pressure on the site due to the blood pooling under the bandage. She said she reset everything and the pain went away. So she said, the drive home, hospital and medical offices are not a place to wear black advocacy gear because there are some people that will use your life as a rebuttal. Sad reality check. I hope this thread is not taken in a suppressive way. I understand your frustration of shrinking ourselves, and I'm normally 99.9% pro freedom of expression, especially for oppressed minorities and groups, but the loss of agency and control while being operated on or under the corrupt healthcare in the U.S. makes me share this warning. So she was like, wearing a t-shirt and not surviving helps no one. Your silence on a new level. But what I recommend is to report even an inkling of disrespect.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay
safe. So I don't know. Honestly, I can say that I have noticed that we do get treated differently in the medical space, especially with, me having a background working with women of color who were pregnant. Like I used to work with serve that demographic in the previous, role in my career. So I got to see firsthand different ways, like hearing about their prenatal stories about how their treatment they received, the quality of their care, even towards the end of the pregnancy, or whether it was a scary birth story. Like I've heard it all. I've actually had to intervene when someone was like having a moment while she was being taken to the hospital to give birth. She was just like, they weren't listening to her. She felt disrespected and she was snapping, and they were trying to say she was like, basically they was going to have to like apprehend her, like pretty much like she was drawling. And I'm just like, please take a deep breath. I'm talking to her, trying to de-escalate her. But in a sense, we kind of had to take a step back, and I'm just asking them, y'all need to respect what she's asking y'all to do. Point blank, period. She doesn't have anyone here to advocate for her right now because they just simply couldn't be there. It was multiple reasons or why they couldn't be there. Otherwise, they would have been there. And me knowing that wasn't my place to share that in this space, nor at that time. But you treat people with respect regardless of what their situation is. You don't know what's going on. So if you can see she in pain and she trying to tell y'all that, respect it. A lot of times they do that, not even just to pregnant women, but to black women, period. I've heard so many stories about women who've dealt with, infertility issues or things that are happening in their bodies that they can't control endometriosis, i.e., which we are affected by at a much higher disproportionate rate than other people, women of color, or especially black women. So, you know, I know so many people in life who deal with that, and it's painful to even watch, even considering how a regular period can be, make you tired, you know, and they got all those extra things happening with their bodies, and it just adds to, you know, the anguish. Shit. Sometimes it's mental as well, you know. So I think that you know, it's important for us to speak up in those spaces and not be afraid to, because it shouldn't come down to you having to worry about if you have a true emergency and you just so happen to have your most pro-black, blackity black outfit on. Now you're afraid that someone's going to possibly let your life slip away just because they don't like the color of your skin. Well, newsflash, Patricia, Karen, Chad, I know a lot of black professionals in the healthcare space, and they are wonderful and great at what they do. And not for one fucking second do they sit there and treat people who are non-white, I mean people who are pro-white or white or whoever you are, no, people who aren't black, who aren't non-white like myself, you know, they treat those clients from those different walks of life, whether it's higher social economic status or whatever, with respect. They don't just disrespect them because they have a difference. That's crazy. If they hesitated, please. And it's crazy because some studies have been done recently, and they say that we the most caring demographic serving them. We actually get results for people. We hear people out when they say they're feeling something. We don't just write it off as them trying to get medicated, because you know there's this whole opioid thing going on. Everyone wants pain medication automatically, but you know, I think there should be a healthy balance within there. Not every people shouldn't have to live in pain. And more often than not, that's what our people are left to do. We're left to live in pain, or you overly prescribe us medication to the point that it takes us out of here quick. Yeah. And it all needs to stop. It's all bad. It's terrible. And we should speak out about that. Yes, we should. I don't know if you've ever had a personal experience where you noticed you were being treated differently because of your skin color, or like maybe because you just simply didn't look like them. Because I noticed that some people of color do that to other people of color as well. I've seen that. I haven't had any personal experiences. Thank God. I've had experiences in my career where I've had to advocate for others, because I've noticed certain things, especially working with either older or people with like mental health or IDD, or co-occurring illness. They're very easily taken advantage of. So I've had to advocate for people in those instances, but personally, again, thank God I have not had any of those instances, because Lord knows. Yeah. Only Lord knows. Especially if I'm not feeling well already, and if it's a situation where you gonna have to hear my mouth even though I'm in pain, like, bitch, I'm about to get up off this gurney in a second. Or if it's a situation like that, then they try to look at you like you're crazy. But I'm just like, no, I'm catching what you're doing. Like, you're purposely hurting. Like, I'm a person, honestly, I've gotten to the point where there are some people out here, like, I just got my blood work done recently, and the young lady was phenomenal. We was having a conversation while she was drawing my blood, because she was that fucking bomb of a phlebotomist. She was the truth. And I said, we need more people like you. I said, because I'm a person who don't like needles. So if it's a person, I remember having an experience, but she was an older black lady where she was scraping my vein. Like, it hurt. So I know what they feel like. You know what I'm saying? So in the instance like that, it's like, damn, like, what I do to you? Like, why you playing with me? Because if you get air in my bloodstream, anything, you could really hurt me. So it was like, are you willing to go to that extent? Are you really that hateful? Because it's like, for real, if we was outside, you wouldn't be acting like this. You doing this because you feel like you got some sort of power over me, you know? Because you can make it look like, oh, it was just a medical accident. I can drag you outside. I don't want to say that part. But I can drag you outside. Don't be like that, Chrissy. I am, because they shouldn't be like that. Knocking over all the medical supplies. Fuck them. They shouldn't be sticking people like that. Yeah. If you want to stick me, bitch, I'm going to stick you. Listen, for real. Honestly. Why not? Yeah. It makes you afraid. And listen. It's not the new thing. It should always be, fellas. I don't care. Seriously. Whatever relationship you got with your child's mother, I don't care if y'all can't stand each other. You need to be in that room, because why? Your child's life depends on hers as much as her life depends on that child. They are connected. This is a dangerous experience, and she sacrificed her body for the greater good of creating a child with you. Okay, so you need to advocate for her, because them doctors be trying to do whatever they want to do. Okay. if you have a loved one getting any kind of surgery or whatever, be right there and make sure that they doing what they supposed to be doing. So we get. I told you put that curriculum together. So we get looked after. I'm just saying, I be trying to be helpful to people.
I told you put the curriculum together.
Because even with older people, they be feeble. To me. Yeah, I be feeling bad.
Put the curriculum together to help the people.
Oh, you know what? Anywhere.
Told you. Help people. Put it on paper. Copyright it.
I'm gonna hurt you.
No. I don't know why not.
No.
I mean, but again, you are absolutely right. So moving forward to our next topic, I just briefly, we just wanted to touch on. I thought this was very interesting. You put this on the list, but I added it to the segment discussion for today.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is not it. I don't know why my stuff is so scrambled. I'm hitting the links, but they're scrambled. They're not coming up how they're supposed to.
That's not. Let me see.
This is not it. I know it's not it.
So what was it? Because I probably got the same. If I have the same thing as you,
Here it is. There it is.
You got it?
It finally popped up. Yes. So there was a thread about fears, irrational fears specifically, that firstborn daughters have. And I thought that this was interesting that you picked this on the list because we are both firstborn daughters of our parents. So I'm just going to briefly go through the thread and then we can just piggyback off of however we feel. So,
and this is from Diva Yeti.
Yes. So her Instagram. These are some irrational, fears their firstborn daughters have. Number 1, having children. Number 2, not having children. Number 3, being in a leadership position. Number 4, not being in a leadership position. So it's more so some of the things are opposite, but some are not. Number 5, their siblings not living up to their potential. 6, marrying the wrong person. 7, not finding the right partner. 8, not making enough money. 9, making more money than their partner. 10, disappointing their parents. 11, not doing enough for themselves. 12, not having a solid backup plan. 13, asking for help. 14, being a burden. 15, living soft life that they deserve.
Not living the soft life.
Not living the soft life that they deserve. These are all things that I thought about at different periods
of your life,
or points in my life. Absolutely. I didn't necessarily attribute them to being the firstborn daughter or child.
But it's in the correlation is interesting, especially when you see the things that they actually included on the list and the explanations they gave it to it. Minus the first and second one, because the children part is just like no. But being in a leadership position, thinking about stuff like that, or just not ever being in a leadership position, but you're so used to being the oldest, I could see like that.
Because you naturally, draw towards that leadership role within your household amongst your siblings, being the oldest. The correlations are definitely interesting. For me, these weren't. I didn't necessarily look at these as fears, but they were. I looked at them as stereotypes that I wanted to surpass or didn't want to allow to be attached to me. So I wanted to beat the stereotype.
Okay.
I mean, I guess in some ways, some people might still say that that's being looked at as a fear. Like, oh, well, if your goal is to beat something, then you might be fearful that you might succumb to that. I mean, that's a way of looking at it. But again, I just naturally, like I said, just thinking about these things, I didn't naturally have a fear about these things. It was just I don't want I'm not going to let society win. It wasn't a fearful thing. It was I'm not going to let society win.
Okay. And I'm going to live my life on my terms.
Right.
Gotcha.
That's more the perspective I came from. I don't know. What do you think?
I think I identify with what you're saying. I think I can definitely relate to that in a sense, in a lot of senses. Because even with like the whole situation where it talks about, so thinking about, so it says they've spent so much time being responsible for others that they sometimes forget to focus on themselves. And when they do, they feel guilty, a constant tug of war between self-care and duty. So the first time I can think about, the first time I ever felt like that was when I decided to go away to school, because being used to being the oldest child or whatever like that, like, okay, I'm here, I'm used to like helping my parents out and stuff like that, but this is a decision I'm making. I didn't want to say like, I don't want to necessarily say bad, just more so sad about like, that chapter is coming to an end. It's just like, all right, but I got to do this for myself. And I don't even know if I want to call it sadness. I think I just came to a realization, and I just began, to think very deeply about it. And I think I miss my family too. So that was a part of it. But just coming to that realization, like, this is me embarking on the journey of like becoming my own individual self and figuring out who I am as a person. And it's like, I'm the oldest, I'm the first one to do this. I know thus far I've had that role, but now it's like, okay, I don't got nobody to worry about. It's just me. Okay. Where do I start?
I showed my ass.
Okay.
Sure did. I know I did.
Yeah.
My mom will tell you. You just talking about that shit recently. I know because I felt that.
Yeah.
You on it. I was like, I ain't got nobody looking up.
Okay, it's like, you look right.
You look left.
All right.
I ain't got to pick nobody up from school, daycare, babysit, no watch your brother, no do this.
Okay.
Bitch, I'm shaking these titties out on God and I'm outside.
Okay.
I felt that.
Okay.
On my soul.
On the gang,
I was
man.
outside. My mama knew I showed my ass.
Yes, and when we came home, we was like, oh, forget that. We're adults now. We can go outside.
Dad, my family was complaining. I came home for them breaks.
And they
like,
barely
bitch.
even see me. It's like, you come in like the wind.
They cussed me out. I said, bitch, you don't spend no time at home. No, bitch, I'm outside. I'm hitting the screen.
Child. We was supporting on them corners. Woo. We really was, though.
Bitch, do you hear me? This was like, I'm going down, baby. Help you in there. Bitch, got me fucked up.
We was outside for a while. Okay, so I get it.
I was outside ready to let it go.
Punch you in the face. I can't.
For real.
I can't with you.
I think out of these, the biggest thing for me is, was and is 6 and 7. Marrying the wrong person. Of course, I'm not married and I haven't got married yet, but 7 is not finding the right partner. That is like the strongest, I guess, area in my life as being like the oldest sibling or the daughter of my parents. They're just like, you're not getting it together in this area kind of thing. And I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. I don't want to.
Oh, that's the conclusion that you
like. It's kind of like it is.
Are we surprised, audience?
No.
Tell the truth. Do we think that she was going to have another outlook?
It's
on
like
this?
She's
or
our
did she
oldest.
land?
She's our only daughter. We want to give this bitch away. My parents is sick of me, but that's where my entitlement as the oldest child comes in.
Speak upon thee.
Okay, I say parents. My parents say, I said, did I ask you motherfuckers to be here?
Well, you got a point there. I just had that thought recently. Like, at the end of the day, I didn't ask me to be here, and I was the experimental child because I was the first one. Y'all probably dropped me 17 million times and didn't tell nobody.
Now, see, I tease my parents on there because I tell them, I said, y'all tried for me, remember? Y'all tried over and over and over for me. Y'all tried. That's what we tried. We were little girls so bad.
Not to cry.
And then y'all got me. Whoa, there it is. And then they try and get rid of me. My dad said he can't wait to give me away.
Oh gosh, I'm crying.
I said, well, you gonna keep waiting, motherfucker.
That's so funny.
Till somebody find me. Hold me down.
Why you gotta sound like that? I'm cracking up.
You sound like what, Anna?
Like that.
I leave my friend a long time. You know what the truth? I'm trying. You know.
Are you?
Well.
She was like, well. Are you really? No. I think you just let things happen, you know?
That is true. And whatever happens. Somebody knew me.
Well.
Okay. What's next? Okay. What else is Little
reality
do you
check.
have anything?
Oh my goodness!
Somebody, okay, no.
No, but this is something I want to talk about because we are the years have gone by. Us as friends, and even in our circle of friends and other outside circles, and then some. When you realize people have events and things go different ways, I just want you to listen to it because I named this Day of Drama. I think we all can relate to this, and I think that more often than not, we're amongst the population that is very thoughtful when it comes to shit like this, and we try to avoid as much as possible asking dumbass questions. Just keep that in mind. This is called Day of Drama, so I'm gonna just let her talk about it.
I just want to say this before everybody get going. You know what I'm saying? If you can't make it to somebody's event today, don't text them that. They don't give a damn. They don't want to hear that shit that you can't make to that event the day of. Mind you been knew you couldn't make it. You been knew that. No one cares. Nobody wants to see it. They probably care. They don't want to see it. It's over with. The day is here. Do not bother people. The day of the event.
Sorry, keep feeling. Damn. Why does it keep... She about to make another valid point. I'm getting mad.
The day of the event. Don't ask them nothing about the event.
Yes.
It's nothing about the event. If it ain't on the goddamn flyer, call somebody that knows them.
Yes, not the person. Do not bother the person.
Do not bother the person that's having the event. All right, y'all have a wonderful Saturday. And go ahead and get that baby shower. Get to. All right, y'all. Bye.
I hate her because she pregnant.
That ain't getting shit. Don't
so wait a minute, but somebody made a valid point. Somebody made a very valid point because this girl she was like, especially on wedding day, she was like, you wouldn't believe the amount of texts and phone calls that she got on her wedding day. She said honestly, and she went into a rant about how many people was blowing her phone, and she said, but at the end of the day, it didn't even fucking matter because I didn't have my phone all day. Oop. Like she left her phone where she's like, because she knew it was going to be some bullshit, and she was like, and she said the same thing that we always think and talk about. Why do you expect anyone to answer if they're in the middle of getting ready for something? Best believe all their time is dedicating to making sure all the finishing touches is together, because guess what? Anytime you have an event, 9 times out of 10 something goes wrong, and then you have to improvise in an area sometimes, or you might think of something last minute and try to add it to nothing goes perfectly. So that pressure alone and trying to be on time and making sure that everything comes together and is executed in a way that you're satisfied with, because you worked hard to curate this event, or you worked hard to get the money together so you can have this shindig. It's nothing worse than people blowing your phone up trying to ask you shit that they could have found off of the invite. Or they could have known if they would have just simply looked at your story.
Hey girl, what time is it?
You gonna have food whole time. I'm busting shit down in the kitchen. I got fish and wings in the deep fryer. Like, it's on the invite. What time that joint start? If I said from 6 until, why are you hitting my phone? Just show up at 8 at the very least, please. If it's 6 until, show up at 8 o'clock.
People do not like to read. People are so fucking lazy. You always want to be invited somewhere, but you don't want to fucking read an invitation.
I don't understand
I can't stand a person like that.
I'ma always read, and then if I catch myself, I'm like, never mind. God bless you. Never mind. But I try to avoid those kinds of situations.
Because I know I tend to be a fast reader, so I will read something once or twice and not see sometimes what I'm supposed to see, and I won't see it to the third. Like, oh shit, I saw it. All right, my bad.
Yeah, let me get my bag.
Let me calm down. Yeah,
right.
I saw it.
Yeah, like I'm gonna make sure certain things I'm gonna know about the event that I'm going to, so that way I'm not bothering that person. Because that just, I feel like you're adding to their stress to have your phone keep blowing up with dumb shit and shit that just and you already talking to the caterer, the decoration girl says she gonna be late. Like shit,
that's how you know
your mom can't find your son shirt that go with the pants that you picked out. Like all kinds of shit is happening.
I'm sorry, that's no shit. That's how you know people don't do shit. Like clearly you've never
done nothing. Yeah,
and you're never the person throwing nothing.
You ain't never hosted nothing.
Get somewhere and sit the fuck down. Well, we gonna stop inviting you to shit too.
Yeah, because you ain't gonna get on my nerves. If you gonna be a nuisance the day of, please. That's why I named it the Day of Drama, because it ain't nothing like, especially if it's my wedding day. You lost your mind. Now I feel like you don't like me.
Think you're going to reach the bride or the groom on a wedding day? As a guest.
The only text messages I would expect is people sending me messages and words of encouragement that morning out of excitement and love and adoration for my union. Other than that, why are you sending me anything? Asking me what's on the menu and shit. Asking me if it's an hors d'oeuvre hour and shit. Like, get out of here. Sorry, I just had to get that out.
If I feel like you want to act like that, I'm not inviting you.
That too.
To anywhere.
But some people try to be nice and extend invitations to certain people that they feel like should be there just because of who they are to them.
I don't need you to fucking be there. You know I'm not that person. I don't give a fuck who you is.
It happens though.
You could be my first cousin. Now you are twice removed.
Period. Niece, let them know.
Got me fucked up.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah,
I uninvite a motherfucker real quick.
Right.
I won't invite somebody real quick.
Listen, don't invite me. If I'm not meeting the occasion, then don't invite me.
Okay, because I'm the kind of person I'll take over your event too. Because if I'm invited somewhere and I feel like it's not going right, and I feel like somebody need to step up and get shit together, I'm that person. This is what I be drawn sometimes. I'm like, let me see my black ass and it's not even my event.
Like, DJ, let me let
sometimes
you know
I gotta catch myself. Yeah, I gotta catch my, like, Christine, why did you go over there?
Messing with that man.
Yeah, you said it to me several times. That. So,
Julia. Yeah, but don't be just don't be that person. Don't be the day of drama person. You're annoying. Sit down.
It's inconsiderate. It's not common. You have no couth. Stay home.
Pretty much.
How about that? Stay home.
Keep the coonery in the crib, in the casa.
Come on, take
the coonery to the casa. Okay?
I want to make that the episode title so bad.
Take the coonery to the casa. It's not going to go far.
Once they see coonery, it's going to be...
Block out coonery. Double O, asterisk. I can't even get it out. I don't know. Let me stop saying that word then. Don't flag us, please. I'm so sorry.
Oh, the Kansas spirit follow my.
I'm sorry. Oh, girl. Don't be.
Oh, gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Well, you guys.
It's been a swell one.
It has. Thank you guys for joining us for
episode 176.
Oh my gosh, we're not far from
200. 200. Yeah. We close.
I was about to say something.
I know it's 24 away. Yeah.
Shout out to Kobe, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
We 24.
R.I.P. 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 just killed the club. I ain't heard that song in a minute.
And I was like,
woo! It's been another one with your girl and your other girl. Join us again next week. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Meet us here next week for another episode of The Latest and the Greatest with the Black Girl Magic Behind the Mic. I am the authentic one.
Ooh. Drink.
Oh, girl.
Sorry.
Hit your windpipe?
Yeah.
Oh, right now.
On the wrong side.
And together we are to each his own.
Thank y'all. See you next week. Bye.